Hello everyone, welcome to week 3 of Metals in Love. Now this YouTube hop is in conjunction with Love is in the Air, and both are hosted by Elemental Design, our friend Carmen, and crafting with Isabel Bori. So I wanted to show you what I used with this project this week. This week we had to either do a canvas or a shadow box. And I could have done a canvas, it would have been really simple for me to do. But I decided I'm going to do the shadow box. And I decided to do it with what I had on hand instead of going to buy something. And I have to tell you, I love the project, but man, it took me about, altogether, probably about 7 or 8 hours to do it. It was pretty involved. So, let me just show you what I used first. And I used a lot of stuff. I used, of course, some versified ink. Oops, sorry. I used some silver metallic ink by Docraft and some gold metallic ink by Docraft. And I used some Bori heavy body acrylic in black. Of course, I used some tacky glue. And paint-wise, I used this Deco Art Americana Burnt Umber. And then I used some Gold Rush Deco Art Metallic Luster. And I used some Black Shimmer Metallic Luster. Now, I will have to say this Black Shimmer, although it looks black, it's more silvery-like. I really like it. And I want to get me some more of these lusters. Then, oops, I used some of this Dollar Tree mini glue sticks, and I opened them on the wrong end, I guess. And I used the silver one. So I don't have any of the silver left to show you, but I used that. And I used this stamp block here and some charms. And I'm going to put all this stuff back up as I'm telling you. In my little kit that I made. I used some of these jewels here. They're like little flower jewels. And then I had these really beautiful metal roses with the black in the middle of them. And I don't know where I got these, and I don't even know where I found them. I was doing some digging, but I found these. So I used some of those. I used a couple of these filigrees. I used a metal word sign from Tim Holtz. And then I used some of these locks here, and they're like hearts. I used some of these keys by K & Company. And this was the whole jumping off point for the box. This was my inspiration. These key napkins here. And I got these a couple of years ago from Tuesday Morning. And I really, really like them. And so I used that. And then this was a full sheet, but it's the mesh from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, I've been missing my bling, so I had to bring some bling in today. So without further ado, let me show you my project. Okay guys, it's rather large, so I'm going to see if I can turn this around and show it to you. Okay, my camera's not going to let me turn around, so I'm just going to hold this up and I'm going to try to show it to you the best way that I can. Okay, this is my shadow box that I created. And I absolutely love it. And I will show you all the parts to it. But I just wanted to show you the box first. So what I did was this is a box from a Christmas gift. And I took the napkins and I Mod Podged it all over the box. And I took that bling wrap and I cut them down and I went along the edges of the box and the corners of the box. And I did that for two reasons. One, I wanted to put my bling in there, but another, it gave the box a little bit more stability because it wasn't quite even, you know. So that is the box itself. And now I'm going to put you back down and I'll try to show you the detail. Okay, so this is the top of the box. This is where I use the filigrees and the roses. And they have a purpose for being there. The roses are how I hung these right here, my little hearts. And what I did was, on the bottom of these roses, I guess these were buttons or something, and they had holes in them. And so I took an eye pin and ran it through the holes like this, and then glued the eye pin in, bent the stem up and glued it in there. And then I just made a loop with my joy making kit and looped these on there. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're through there. And then I just glued some little gears on top of that to cover that up. But that's what I did to there. And then I glued the filigree down and then the roses down so it would be sturdy. Okay. Then on the inside of my box, where I hung this down at, this is a die cut that I found in an Etsy shop. And I added some gears and keys and a little heart up here. And this is the back side. They just kind of hang. And then this one is the same. This was the die cut I found. And then this little key right here. It says love on it. And that's the back side. Now what I did on this part right here, this is where I put the little metal plate, and it says the journey awakens the soul, and the name of this is the key to love, and because it's all about the keys. And so to prep the inside box, I used the burnt umber and the black shimmer metallic luster. And I actually used some of the blue metallic luster too, just to kind of give it a sheen, like rusted metal on the inside. And then I took the little rubber stamp I had, this right here, and I stamped the inside of the box around all over it with black, with the VersaFine ink. And then I went back over it with gold ink. And then I went back over that with the silver ink. So it just kind of created a very cool background. And I love the way that the background came out, because you can see all the ridges in the cardboard. And what I tried to do is, when I was doing this, I pressed really hard so that you could see the ridges, so it would look like metal sheeting. And then here, I'll move these out of the way. I added those two little keys, and you've seen those keys before on my first week on my journal that I did, journal cover. So I put those up there. And then I had this word in love. Now this is where I used my glue gun and my glue stick. Now originally I did use the silver glue stick, and it was okay, but it wasn't standing out a lot in the box. But what I did was I just wrote love on a piece of parchment paper. And with the glue gun, with the pen first, and then I just went over it with the glue gun. And I wrote it and let it cool off and peeled it off. Like I said, the silver really wasn't standing out that well with the box, so I went over it with my finger with the gold metallic luster. And then on the sides of the box, I had these little metal filigrees. And these were just bits and pieces I had left over from another project. And up top here, I glued a little key fob thing, where you put your key in, and then a key over here on this side. And then up here, I just put a little gear and one of those little blingy flowers in the middle of it. So I'm really happy with the way this part came out. Now for the inside. For the inside of the box down on the bottom, I didn't want it to be empty down there. So this right here, the little heart, is actually, I did it the same way I did love. What I did was drew a heart on a piece of parchment paper, and then went around and around with the glue gun with it and filled it all in. Then I just added some little cogs and stuff on here. Now, when you're making shapes and stuff with glue gun, you don't want to use the glue gun to put it in there sticking. So that's where I use my tacky glue. And it did take a while for it to dry, but it did dry. And I love the way that heart came out. I don't know if you can see that. But I also went over the heart with black shimmer. And then I just put some cogs together and some gears together and glued them on the inside of the box. I have a key right there in that corner with a little clock. And then on the bottom of it, I just put, that's one of those little hearts there that came from the little pack I showed you. And there's a key with a little flower on it and some more gears that I put in there. And I'm loving the way this turned out. And then on the side of it, I glued some, this is a little bow, just to bring some of the gold in. I made a little bow with some washi tape, and I put it there. And then I had these two metal pieces that I was gifted, and I glued them together in shape of a heart, and I put them on the side, and then one of the long keys here. And on this side, I did the same thing. I'm sorry guys, it's so large. I made a little silver bow out of washi tape, and then I have a little key here, I have a little metal piece here, and then I have another key down here. So, I'm just so thrilled by the way this box turned out. I think it just looks awesome. And I love the way the paint did on it. I think it looked really good on the inside. But that is my project for this week. Now, there are 7 other people who are doing projects this week, and I would appreciate if you would go over and check them out as well. And I will leave all their channels down below in the description box. So, let me know what you think. I love the way this came out. I just think it looks so good. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining us for week 3. And we'll have another project next week. And I can't wait for you to see that one. Alright, have a good day. Happy Sunday. Bye.